So I do think Elementary Pro Gaming, they had one game where they played IO Tiny Nyx, just the old classic thing. Rubik gets picked up yet again from Elementary Pro Gaming, as you can't really take anything away from Milan. He played pretty damn well last game. He got a lot of golems stolen. He got a very big RP stolen as well, but inevitably it was just not enough to make his team go to victory. But he will try again this time. The golem is still up for grabs. Fatal Bond, Shadow Word, all that good stuff. The Ogre Magi, well, apart from the Bloodlust, not so much that is interesting to steal, but it is possible. Omnislash, actually also one of the maybe easier spells to steal. Either the, Blade Fury, Healing Ward, Omnislash, all of those spells are also pretty amazing. And let's see Elements Pro Gaming, the next pick. Playing up against Jug, I would say, is there anything but Slug that they just instantly pick up now? Because you have a Juggernaut already shown, whether or not it's mid lane or safe lane doesn't really matter too much. Ogre Magi, Warlock, a lot of stuns, a lot of annoying heroes that you really don't want to bash up against. So the Slug already seems like a pretty decent option. Unless, yeah, well, it will be just a Slug. Solidudes, I imagine they will have the Jug safe lane against the Nyx, and for the mid lane, They know the Slug is on the table. They are playing against a Nyx Assassin. For the off lane, they could go for the Slaughter. That would be okay. So and so against the Slug in the lane, but good against the Nyx overall. You have that initiation power, so either it's going to be something like an Axe or a Slaughter, I would imagine. The Axe is probably a little bit better when it comes to, what's it called? Controlling the Slug. Locking down the Slug with the taunt is usually a pretty nice thing to do. I guess a Void could also maybe do the same thing, but Void is just a hero that's very easy to punish with Nyx Assassin if you just combo stun him up. And they do have the lift, they have the Nyx Assassin stun, so they can keep in control for at least a little while. We'll see though, we'll see. Alright, the Axe will be picked up by Solidudes, so they do secure themselves a little bit more control. They have the Golem, they have the Fire Blast from the Ogre Magi, and then the Taunt onto the Slug. The Taunt obviously something you cannot purge away, so if they just initiate with the Taunt, they can follow up with all of the other stuns, and then they can control Slug for quite a lot of time, and most likely will be enough to kill him. I like that. Like I said, the Axe, you can always send him to the jungle if worse comes to worse. You can dual lane him, which should work out pretty well considering the IO and the Rubik, they have the lift, but they don't really have a lot of control. But apart from that, you can just send the Axe to the jungle. Whereas if you pick the Slaughter, you kind of commit into the lane because Iron Talon Slaughter is very sad. It's a very slow paced thing to do, and you usually don't get a lot for doing it. So I like the Axe a little bit more just because of the laning presence, and also obviously Berserker's Call is better against Slug since the crush can still be blocked, or well, can be purged, that is. The Anti-Mage gets removed by Elements Pro Gaming. Maybe a little bit greedy picking up the Anti-Mage and having Jug mid, but Anti-Mage is a hero that's good against the Nyx in the lane, first things first, and it's good against the Slug overall. So yeah, I like that. They don't have that many stuns either. Sure, the Nyx Assassin has a good amount of stuns, but if we look at it basically before the Axe is online, you have Impale and you have Lift. So it is sort of limited. The Storm Spirit gets banned out by Solidudes, maybe expecting that that's the reason for the Anti-Mage ban, but I think the Anti-Mage ban is just for comfort. And Solidudes themselves, let's see what they pick up as mid laner, safe laner, they can still decide to send the jug elsewhere, but for now I would say that the safe lane jug seems like the more straightforward approach. Maybe they go for a stronger safe lane or something like an Ursa could come online as well. Punishes the Nyx Assassin very well, and you know it's pretty damn powerful. If you just want to secure yourself that you can do a lot of work early game, push early game, secure like the blink on the axe early, then the Ursa could be pretty neat. Zones away the Nyx Assassin easily as well. Lifestealer is also an option. They don't have the greatest amount of infest bombs. I mean, Axe with the call is okay. Juggernaut, when he gets a blink, I guess is okay, but it's maybe a little bit awkward otherwise. And the Queen of Pain will be picked up by SOLIDUDES, so I imagine it will indeed be a Mickey Queen of Pain in the mid lane. That rhymed without even intentionally making it do that. What do you think of the Queen of Pain? Well, you know, AoE pure damage is decent against the Slag, I suppose. A lot of AoE damage, actually. One of the better ways to deal with the Slag in the end, because his Shadow Dance doesn't really make him avoid all of the damage from the Queen of Pain. So I guess in that purpose, it's pretty nice. It has issues against the Nyx Assassin, but well, you know, for a intelligence core, I guess the issues that the Queen of Pain is having is mediocre compared to other heroes, because you can just go, if you go like Axe into BKB, then you're fine. And if you go for the Orchid, then you still have the value that you have Orchid against Slark. So if you get the initiation with the Orchid off, then he's not going to be able to do much to stop you from killing him. And indeed, Mickey will play the Queen of Pain. We do have the puck being picked up by Gog. The classic matchup when the Queen of Pain was popular, Queen versus Puck, was pretty much what happened every single time. They're good against it. Well, they're good as a, you know, mirror matchup kind of thing, because they both pretty much do the same thing in the lane. They take away a little bit of what the other one does. The Puck can just phase shift the Shadow Strike from the Queen of Pain, which is his laning potential being pretty much taken away completely. And as for the Queen of Pain, obviously you can just blink away from Puck spells and just, you know, be safe and sound because of that. Should be interesting. Right now I would say that it's pretty close, but I don't know who is having the better draft. I would say Elements Pro Gaming's draft is easier to execute. So that's why, like, having an IO with the Slug, you amplify the Slug's farm. Puck is a pretty, you know, usually a very easy hero to get at least some farm in the lane. It's very hard to gank the Puck. And when you have a Veil, you know, you're already pretty damn powerful with your Dream Call and whatnot. And with the Relocate on top of that, with a Nyx Assassin as well, they have so much synergy with the Relocate that I just feel like that draft is better. And I talked about Milan's Rubik earlier as well. Like, his Rubik is godlike, so I don't think this is one of those Rubik games where you only see lift into Fate Bolt, and then once in a while you may see like a stolen stun or something like that. It is always the Golem, it's always an Omnislash, a taunt, something big, something painful. So Milan, let's see what he can do. And SOLIDUDES, you know, that draft is decent. They have decent lanes. You have the Axe, who's going to be laning apparently on the Axe, so he will probably get something out of the lane. The Oka matchup will help him after helping the mid lane a little bit, I imagine. Maybe even just start up in the top lane. Bottom lane, Juggernaut plus the Warlock. Very, very powerful laning heroes. It's hard for the Nyx Assassin to get anything done down here, but he's also just going for the kind of build that's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to trade hits with them. I just need to make sure that I don't get killed. So he goes for the boots first, and that is going to enable him to get away from the spin from the Jug, obviously, and just, you know, whenever something goes wrong, he can just walk himself away. So yep, that is what it looks to be. And let's see, Kefka top lane with his massive regen available. He will lane up against the Slug big boy. We actually have the ward being taken away by Elements Pro Gaming. Nice snatch there. I'm not really sure how they saw that, but I guess maybe someone had eyes in the sky watching that ward being placed down. Not really the most common ward to be placed at the very least, but I didn't see if anyone saw it. And yeah, let's see. There's a high ground ward from the side of Elemental Pro Gaming in the mid lane. Bottom lane, we did have the next assassin losing his ward, I believe, as well. Unless they haven't placed... No, they actually just haven't placed it. So, Milan is holding on to the second observer ward. The Nyx didn't feel like he needed one. He is going in, he is snatching the rune, and he will walk himself away. So, you know, he's going away a happy man. 100 gold secured for himself. He's like, yep, I did it, boys. No gold for the Queen of Pain. No dineros for the Queen. Alright. So we do have Sealkit in the mid lane right now. We do have the IO obviously sitting behind the puck, as he's going to be bringing him his salve as quick as possible. Go in, give the salve, go away. So we do have Sealkit rotating in, actually shooting an ignite onto LeBronDota's IO, just trying to be a little bit annoying to him. Mickey is going a little bit forward, but Gok is doing a lot of damage onto him, as Mickey may be a little bit too greedy here. The high ground didn't actually get the hit onto Mickey, so LeBronDota will be rotated on. Sealkit is going to be just you know, hitting as many people as possible. And let's see. Yeah, LeBronDota takes a little bit of damage. Gog is taking the same amount of damage. So far, Mickey is having the upper hand in this lane, as a lot of regen has been forced out from both the puck as well as the what's it called, IO. And you know, Sealkit is an Ogre matcher. He doesn't have to be worried about anything. He's just going to be bashing them in the face. And as for the top lane, we do have the Axe so far, just laning nicely. He is level 2. And he will get level 3 at a decent time, I imagine. Sealkit in the mid lane gets a kill on the IO, as a little bit interesting there. We did have the healing cell coming out from the Queen of Pain, but now the puck will be taken down as well. Oh, the high ground missed though, as Gog barely survives. If that hit came in from Mickey, I believe he would have been taken down, but Gog will be surviving for the time being. LeBronDota doing everything he can just to keep Gog alive. Sealkit is going up to the high ground, trying to go in. He does have that Mango available to shoot on another spell. LeBronDota will heal up Gog, and everything will be fine, as the IO was just tanking a little bit of damage from the Ogre, just making sure that he could get that bottle value off. And yeah, let's see, bottom lane, Mitch, level 2 on the next assassin. He does have a couple of creeps at the very least under his belt, so he can get some fun with that. And you can see the creep wave is pushing very far towards him, so he's having a good time with it. Getting his level 3, maybe even level 4. He has a couple of last hits as well, sitting on 5 last hits, so it's going pretty well for him. He's actually almost having the same amount as the Axe, but as I say this, the Axe, you know, he's contesting this full camp. He may even just decide to go in and finish it up, but he will back himself up. He will go to the creepway and focus on that first, as he is level 3. The IO yet again dropping down the mid lane. Second time we missed the kill on LeBronDota. Sealkit, he's been annoying as all hell in this mid lane, sitting on level 2, almost level 3, and you know, it's an IO versus an Ogre in the support positions in the mid lane, so the Ogre is always going to be the stronger one of the two. Mitch in the bottom lane, you can see he is actually struggling a little bit just because of Insania's Shadow Word. Insania just picked up his level 2 here. Ooh, don't hit me, no. Clarity value lost. But yeah, overall, let's see, no stacks available just yet. I was gonna be like, did he have a lot of stacks prepared or something like that? But the Warlock have just been giving the Jug as much free farm as humanly possible. Mitch is taking a lot of damage, does get forced to use the Spike Carapace, but it's a low what's called low mana cost spell anyways. Gok does get healed up by the IO, as both Mickey and Gok is trading a lot of blows, just forcing each other to use a lot of regen. We do have Mickey sitting on almost enough gold for that bottle, but he needs to be careful. 100 gold to go. He needs to get those couple of last hits to complete that bottle, because right now he's on his last bit of regen. There's nothing left, whereas LeBronDota, you know, he still has a couple of sips left on that bottle, and Gog, he's full HP, so he can easily just stay in this lane for a little while longer. Sealkit will take a good amount of damage here as well. Sealkit is trying to secure the top rune for his teammate, as you know, who knows, maybe it's gonna be a regen rune. That's a bounty rune, and then a cane rune bottom. That's a big rune though. Alright, let's see top lane, we do have Milan being gone on by Sealkit as well as Kefka. Nice left onto Kefka, forcing him a little bit away. We do have Io coming in, trying to heal up Milan. He is popping his Fairy Fire as well. Milan is juking his way through the trees. Kefka is not getting close enough to use his taunt either. Sealkit almost got that Fire Blast off, but not quite in time. As Milan, he will survive this one. Nice rotation, nice, you know, juking around. Kefka just not able to get what he wanted there. And yeah, good rotation. Mid lane is now just one-on-one. Bottom lane in the meantime, we do have the Warlock being gone up by Midge, popping that Impale, but oh, a little Hadouken in the face of Insania as well, as he's very low on HP now. Level 2, doesn't have enough mana to use the Shadow Ward again, so he may just have to deny himself at some point, maybe just even TP back to the base. We do have in the top lane though, Kefka taking a lot of damage from Swift Ending. We do have Sealkit trying to block him, but the Io comes in, gets that movement speed given to Swift Ending. They will get the kill onto Sealkit as well, as LeBron will barely survive, as he was playing with his life, but he wanted to secure that Swift Ending at least got the axe, and he ends up getting both, so you know, well worth it. 2-for-2 trade-off in the matchup right now, as no one is really in the lead right now. Puck level 5 in the mid lane, Crop is level 5 as well. We have both the Io as well as Rubik just going for the casual denies, as obviously, you know, you just want to get back to the base. Oh, Kefka is trying to go on Swift Ending. Swift Ending needs to be a little bit careful. Will be forced to pounce away, as you know, Kefka was not going to take a no for an answer there. He was going to force something out at the very least. He goes Solitude in the bottom and going for the Omni Slice onto Mitch, but Mitch is not going to be dropping down for that one, as he's going to be still, well, on pretty much half HP. He is moving closer towards his level 6, so nice attempt with the Omni Slash, but sadly not enough. Gog is not making rotation up to the top lane. He picked up a haste rune, so this could be big. He's not level 6 yet, but with the burst damage they have, that should still be enough to bring Kefka to his knees. And we'll see. The lift should come out very soon. The silence came out. Lift, no, they're just gonna go. Let's see. Kefka taking a lot of damage. Alright, he gets the taunt on the slug, and now they're trying to go in. They go for the pounce, they hit the pounce onto Kefka. Kefka is trying to go for the spins, but he only got one lucky spin off. I liked what Swift Ending was doing there though, because he knew that if the creeps were hitting the axe and he got a good taunt off, then 2 spins plus his dunk would be enough to kill him. So he was, you know, he was being a little bit careful, and even in the end, that was very close. If he got one more spin off there, that would have been potentially a double kill, as Milan as well as the slug would have died there. So you know, you need to be careful around the axe, but they do get the axe kill, and that's all that matters. But the Puck used a lot of time in the top lane, so while this is happening, Mickey on the Queen of Pain is now level 7 in the mid lane, because it took a while. Last hit wise, Puck as well as the Queen of Pain is on pretty much the same thing, but level wise the Puck is a little bit behind. Last hit wise, the Jug is ahead of the Slug as well. The Axe is ahead of the Nyx by pretty much 3-fold, so overall farming wise, Solidudes is having a good time. 1000 net worth lead right now. And you can see the Jug is the one in charge right now. He is probably going to go for the Phase, Aquila, Wand, then something like a Yasha will be the first item he goes for. Mid lane, the Puck does get taken down as Mickey goes for that first Sonic Wave, and now LeBron Dota may be the second one dropping down that do have that Shadow Strike available. Mickey is very, very fast with that Bloodlust being used from Sealkit, and they will get the kill onto LeBron Dota. Double kill to Mickey, as this is the old school matchup after all. Whoever starts getting the first couple of kills usually is the one who dominates this matchup, so Mickey getting the first kill on the Puck and also getting LeBron killed may be just what spells the doom for the Puck, as the Queen of Pain. I'm not sure what he's deciding to go for yet. There's multiple items he can go for. He will pick up his treads, and whether it's something like a Veil, whether he goes for the Orchid or the Axe, we'll see. We'll see. The Orchid is probably going to be the go-to build though, as in a matchup like this, you're a little bit ahead, you're pretty farmed, you're having a good time, then you might as well go for the Orchid because it's good against the Slug, it's good against the Puck as well. Kefka in the top lane goes for the taunt, will be alive for the time being, but I don't think they're gonna give up on that one, and indeed they will get the kill. Nice rotation from Mitch, getting his level 6 and instantly getting something done with it. Bottom lane in the meantime, spin from Solitude. He's trying to pressure that tier 1 tower down, but Milan will be sitting here. He is trying to get his level 6 at a very, very decent time, as you know, you might as well defend. Someone is definitely going to have to defend. Oh god, he's taking a lot of damage. Will be burning down here as he uses Illusionary up a little bit too aggressively. Mickey comes in with the Illusion runes, and yeah, another kill onto the Puck. Puck definitely not having the greatest time in the life right now, as the Queen of Pain is now 1000 gold ahead of him. Treads, you know, Magic Wand, all of these good things, raindrops. It's very hard for the Puck to function right now, as I imagine the Queen of Pain will be scooting towards any of those big items, and the Puck, he's getting close towards his Veil, but right now he's like, okay, I need Treads, I need my Veil, and he doesn't have a slot for his raindrops right now, so he's not going to be able to dodge out any of that damage from the Queen of Pain, mainly the, what's it called, the Scream of Pain. If you can dodge some of that, that's always nice, but that's not happening right now. Mitch gets into the mid lane, is trying to get some kind of initiation gun. Oh! Nice attempt with the Impale, but Mickey just instantly blinks himself away, doesn't get hit by the Impale guard. Let's get the silence onto Mickey, but now Mickey is healing himself up with a Shadow Word as well. They go in, they get the dunk, they get the double kill as the Sonic Wave kills the Nyx in the back line. The Axe got the kill on the Puck, as that was a huge rotation from SOLIDUDES, but they get a double kill for it. And that is Sonic Wave number 2, getting a lot of work done. And on the bottom lane, they are thinking about going in yet again, as we do have Solitude here. He does have a spin, he does have his Omnislash mana available, he does have the stick though, so he can go for it if he needs to. But they say, okay, this is not worth it. We don't want to die for a Rubik kill, because the Puck, as well as the Nyx, is respawning. They could TP in, so you rather just want to be safe, you know, take the kills you got and then back the hell up. Alright guys, so Shadowblade, obviously the first item from Swift Ending. He does have at least a part of it ready to go, but it's not up just yet. And yeah, I don't really know, man. Mitch is having an okay game. He is behind of the Axe though, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of it, you know. It is a Nyx, so it's pretty common to be behind of an Axe when it comes to farming, but the Axe is looking pretty damn spooky right now. He's sitting on 1500 gold. He will get that blink at a pretty decent time as well, by the looks of things. And the Nyx Assassin needs to be careful. They did use a scan from the Radiant side, trying to spot out the Nyx Assassin moving up there. I don't think they caught him there though. Otherwise, they would have probably just gone for the dust, but that didn't happen. The Juggernaut is sitting on an Iron Teller now with his Shasha, so trying to just farm as fast as he can in the jungle. He will get his level 11 at a pretty decent time. We do have the relocate coming in bottom, as the Warlock will be taken down. Warlock is level 6 now, so obviously killing him is still worth at least a little bit. Alright, the Aya will be sent back towards the mid lane, and he will be killed instantly from Solitude, as well as Mickey, as they will at least get that trade off, 1-for-1 trade. But now the Ogre Magi dies in the bottom lane as well, so Omnislash used from the Jug, and you know, they only get a little IO kill with it. They didn't use the Sonic Ray, did they? No, they didn't. And it looks like Mickey has decided to go for the Acronym Scepter build. So I was talking about this Axe build. It's pretty nice to have the Axe against the Nyx, because you get a lot of stats while you get mana instead of just only mana. The Juggernaut in the mid lane gets killed by Mitches. That's a lot of angry pings from the Juggernaut. It's like, oh my god, this Vendetta. Jesus, that damage. And the Jug, you know, easy way to die. Top lane, we do have the Golem being used instantly. Kefka is going for one spin. Swift Ending needs to be a little bit careful. He will take down Kefka though. He has to be very careful though, as Mickey comes in, gets one kill onto the Slug. He was thinking about going for the Sonic Wave, but it's just an IO, man. You don't have to overkill him. And Mickey secures his team 2 more kills, as you know, they lost the Axe, but they got a double kill in return. Having to use the Golem, that's obviously something you need to keep in mind, but it's well worth it. You know, it's the first time they used the Golem. Insania is level 7 now, so you know, you might as well use the Golem when you have it. It is a position 5 hero after all, so it's not like the biggest thing in the world that you use the Golem for kill. And let's see, the Puck almost has his Veil goal completed, but it's a pretty delayed Veil. I would like to say, well, yeah, it is a pretty delayed Veil. Mickey has a complete Acronym Scepter very soon with his Treads, Wand, and whatnot. So if you compare the farm, it's not that fun to be the Queen of Pain now. He may even decide to go for the Orchid as well on top of the Axe, because of how far ahead he is. Like, there's no reason not to be thinking about something greedy. And let's see Solitude, bottom lane, 1000 gold on top of the Yasha. Not really showing us what he wants to do with it. You can go for that Diffuser Blade a little bit earlier than regularly if you want to, but I would imagine he just goes for the Manta stall. It's decent this game to get away from the silence from the puck mainly. And yeah, let's see. The Nyx Assassin has nearly 2000 gold banked up, so he could go for something like a Blink. The last couple of days when I saw him play, he went for the 4-staff, I believe. So maybe he may also go for Midas. That is one of my personal things that I like to have on a Nyx, because Nyx is just a hero that doesn't scale that well without having something like a Midas. You don't farm that fast, so Midas enables you to keep yourself in the game, and without a Midas it's a little bit hard. But Mitch goes in, nice lift on the axe, will keep the axe under control. The spin comes out, double spin, as the Solitude spin is a little bit bigger by the looks of things. And we do have the Nyx Assassin dropping down, nice blink initiation from Kefka. We do have Seal Kid trying to find something, but on the way out they do get a TP out from Milan, so it is only going to be the Nyx dropping down as 4 people rotated in from the side of Solid. It was actually 5 people. All 5 people were hunting. And now Kefka in the top lane goes in, tries to get a jump onto LeBron Dota, but the ball stopped him from at least blinking in. We do have the TP out on LeBron Dota. He will be fine. And bottom lane in the meantime, Milan is thinking about going in. He does have the blink on stolen from the Queen of Pain, so you know you can at any point just blink yourself away if you want to. He's even maybe trying to bait up on that Ominous Slash just so he can blink himself away and waste it, but it may not be so easy to do. And let's see Swift in the mid lane. He does have the Shadow Blade completed. He is thinking about getting a kill on someone, but it's very hard to kill the Queen of Pain, as you need to get the silence from the puck off in order to get the kill. Looks like the puck is thinking about getting a blink as well, and this could be very big. If he gets killed here, that's very, very horrible, but he will get the phase shift away. He will be relocated back to the base, so it looks like he will be fine. Trying to get that blink goal completed. He does not want to die at this point. Not when you're so close to it. And now we do have Swift ending. Thinking about jumping someone. Kefka will be jumped on, but he's actually not committing. He could have... Yeah, okay, he couldn't have gone on Mickey, as Mickey does have just barely enough mana to go for that blink away. And let's see bottom lane. Mitch was spotted, was dusted as well, but he will just run himself away. He will be fine. Alrighty, 3000 net worth inside of Solidudes, and yeah. They're keeping themselves very, very tight in this game. Mickey does have that Acronyms completed now, so that's a very, very nice item to have. Warlock, you know, still just greeting himself towards that Midas pickup, I imagine, like he did last game. He is buying the wards though, as the Ogre Magi is actually the one getting most of the farm. He's sitting on Arcanes. He has an Urn as well, 1500 gold on him. So we'll see what they decide to give Steel Kid this game. And let's see the axe, 2000 gold as well on him. Kefka, let's see what you go for. Vanguard will be his preferred item. Also what we saw the last time that he played axe, so I guess, you know, he just likes to have his Vanguard, likes to have his tankiness. It's always nice to make sure you're able to farm pretty aggressively. That means that you don't have to go back as much, and you don't have to worry too much about what you do when you initiate, I guess. Solitude does have his Mantis style completed as well. 4-star from Steel Kid will be his first item. Alright, let's see. Swift Ending does have his Echo Saber completed on top of the Shadow Blade now, so he's getting a little bit stronger when it comes to getting those single-handedly pick-offs. We do have the puck with the Blink Dagger now. Going for the Blink instead of the Veil Rush is a little bit interesting, but I guess they want to be in a position where they can take the fights, you know, a little bit easier. Having the Blink is very important to be able to jump the Queen of Pain, for example. And we do have Mitch trying to find some kind of opening down here. We do have the Slark farming alone in the top lane, as the IO is actually with him down bottom, but I guess he could rotate up towards the Slark and bring him back in. We do have a smoke gang coming up from the side of Solidudes as well, 4-man smoke gang, as they're looking for something in the top area. The Slark is up here after all. If they can get a jump on him, that could be a very, very big thing, but he's shadow blading himself towards the mid area, and it looks like no one will find each other, as they will just be pushing out the mid lane instead. Oh, but as I say that, Solidudes is very quickly making a turn around into the mid lane on Nyx. Nyx gets taken down. Mickey, very, very fancy way, you know, Sonic Wave, blinks in, uses his Scream of Pain, gets the kill on the Nyx Assassin. Golem comes out now. Steel Kid is very, very low. Stolen Golem as well being used. Golem on Golem action. We do have Kefka dropping very low. Swift Ending may be able to kill him, but no, Swift Ending is not able to get the kill. Now we do have the spin from Solitude, almost clipping Swift Ending to death. In the meantime, we do have the IO as well as a Rubik dropping down from the Queen of Pain. The Queen of Pain still thinking about going in, but we do have the Slug almost catching him. Not quite enough though. Kefka goes for the taunt onto the puck, getting the initiation. The healing wall comes down, and Solitudes, they will be healed up completely as Swift Ending is the only man left standing, only man surviving. And it is a Slug versus the Fireman Death Ball coming out from Solitude. Slug does not like to be playing up against that kind of Death Ball, as you saw how much damage he took in that fight with between the Axis spins, the golems, and the AoE from Mickey. You know, it's just not a fun situation to be Slug. You have to use your ultimate very early, and then you have to wait, like go away, wait a little bit. Mickey in the mid lane does get gone on by Midge, but Midge is only trying to follow him down. He may be fooled, yes. We do have Swift Ending also on the move. They're trying to catch something with this double in this rotation. Kefka will be the one they jump on. Impale does miss. Pounds misses as well. Kefka will turn around, gets a taunt off. He may actually be able to turn this around completely. Midge is taking a lot of damage. We do have Midge trying to get out of this one though. We have the puck initiating, getting the kill onto the axe. Now let's see what happens as Milan did steal the Shadow Word. We'll be able to heal up LeBron Dota. We do have the Sonic Wave coming out from Mickey. Mickey gets a blink away. Does a lot of damage onto everyone from Elements Pro Gaming, but they're not spooked. They're not going to back off. They will get another kill onto the Warlock. As Elements Pro Gaming, they know that even though the Sonic Wave was used, that is all of the mana from Mickey used and abused, so he will have to back himself up. Alright guys, so that is 2 people dead on the side of Solitudes. Very, very nice for the side of Elements Pro Gaming. They definitely needed that kind of turnaround. It was looking a little bit scary as Kefka almost got a turnaround there. Both the Nyx as well as the Slug missing some of their key spells, and you know, he did a lot of damage. If he got a couple more spins off, you know, no one knows what would have happened there. But the spin guards is very, very hard to play around with. You never know what happens. Kefka is now going to go for those ancients, I imagine. Triple stack right now, and Kefka with those ancients being cleared, he should be able to get closer towards his blade mail. Blade mail, obviously a nice item to have. Solitude does have his Solitude does have his blink on top of the Mantis, so we'll go for the Diffusional Blade next as well. Alright. Let's see. Okay, matchup with the force off completed. Kefka. Let's see, how close is he? He needs a little bit more room to work with to get that blade mill completed. And I imagine they want to try and give him the space he needs to get the blade mill. We'll do a Mickey in the top lane, trying to get what looks to be a Lincoln Sphere, I would imagine, this game. Obviously, you can block away the single target spells from the side of the Nyx, mainly the mana burn. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. Maybe he even just goes for Hex first, but the Lincolns is actually a pretty neat item to have on a Queen of Pain, just so you can, you know, have that security that when you get ganked, you have a little bit of room to work with mid lane. We have Gog getting gone up, but no, the taunt does not come out from the axe, as Gog may actually be a little bit in danger here. He does get stunned up, he does get controlled, and they will take him down in the end. What I was about to say is a nice use of the silence from the puck, trying to farm that creep wave, and he almost survived that one, but not quite enough. Alright, we'll see the Roshan will be the next go-to point from Solitudes, as it looks like they are trying to just secure them their spot in this game yet again. Puck dead for 24 seconds, will go for the buyback. He does not want to let them have this rush for free. We do have Swift Ending going in from the side. He does have that silver edge completed. He is trying to go in, he is trying to initiate, but it is going to be a little bit difficult as Solitudes, they're just going to be smoking themselves up on the high ground. They do go for the dust, but they don't catch Swift Ending with it. So now they're going to be looking around all confused and not knowing what's happening. CLK will initiate. We do have the Armor Slash coming out on the IO. The IO will be controlled, will be taken down very easily. 40 seconds cooldown on that IO. The Yoga Magi is taking damage in the backlines. We do have a nice initiation from Midge. Golem gets used. Golem gets, no, it's not stolen. Fail bonds will be the thing. Kefka goes in, tries to get a dunk on, gets a dunk onto Milan. Now in the backlines, we do Swift Ending getting taken down by Mickey. Nice Sonic Wave, nice Scream of Pain as well, and that is sweet. On the side of Elements Pro Gaming, Puck will be taken down as well. Golem, Fatal Bonds, all of these things making that work. We do have the Nyx Assassin barely surviving. He is hiding himself in the trees. Kefka may be considering looking for him, but he just goes, picks up his blade mill, goes back towards his team, and they will finish up that Roshan. Mitch. Maybe. Is this the game? Is this the game plan? Mitch just like goes in, picks up the ages. Looks like that's not gonna be the thing, as he's a little bit too spooked to do that. Usually you would have Sentrywards here though, and they do have a Sentryard on the high ground, so that's not going to be happening. Either way, we do have the bottom lane. Mickey going in, getting another kill onto LeBron Dota with that haste rune. He's just like a speed of lightning going in, getting his ultimate off, getting another kill. We do have the steal from the Rubik, but he only steals a Shadow Strike, not really the most amazing spell in the world. And SOLIDUDES, they get another pick, and they get the Aegis. The Queen of Pain does have his completed Hex in mind. Voidstone, yeah, he is actually going for the Hex. A little bit interesting to see his Hex second item on the Queen of Pain, but once you have that up, you know, Slark needs to be a little bit careful. The Puck needs to be extra more careful, and you really don't want to be in that position. The Puck is even deciding to go for a Eel Scepter just to be able to deal with some of the things coming out for the side of SOLIDUDES, but with a Hex, that's just going to be spelling doom for that team. Alright, so let's see what other items we have online in the meantime where everyone is lacking. Warlock, 1200 gold. He's probably going for the, I don't know, it's maybe a little bit too late to go for the Midas. Maybe even just decide to go straight into the Aghanim Scepter Rush. You can buy a point booster with the gold he has now, and I just feel like you're 25 minutes into the game, you've already taken the first Aegis. There's only one tier 2 tower left standing on the side of Elements Pro Gaming, so going for Midas at this point would be a little bit too late for my taste. So Aghanim Scepter Rush seems a little bit better at the least. Maybe even just a Glimmer Cape. Just go full like position 5 bitch support or something like that. But we'll see. Mickey, that Hex is going to be up very soon. Swiftending does have the Diffusal Blade on the way, I imagine. Yep, he does have it up and ready now, so he wants to go in and get that Omni Slash off and use it for pain, use it for suffering. Oh, Milan. Diffusal Blade, Solitude goes in, gets a spin off, gets a kill onto Milan. Milan will be dropping down. Going for that taunt is not what keeps you alive, my friend. And now let's see. Oh, Swift Ending. Mickey did go for that, playing 3 seconds to go before they can go on him. But he is going around, he is turning around. He will be taken down though as Mitch gets that kill onto the Queen of Pain. Huge kill. Swift Ending is still surviving in the backlands. He is trying to keep himself at a little rate away from them. And in the meantime, triple kill on Solitude as he gets the kill on the Nyx. He gets the IO as well. So Swift Ending decides to just back himself up. But I mean, that's actually worth it. They lose the Queen of Pain for a Nyx as well as an IO. Considering how far behind Elements Pro Gaming is right now, that's actually worth it because, you know, SOLIDUDES have a 10,000 net worth lead. But while I say this, you know, they are going to be pushed in the high ground. The tier 2 tower on the top lane will be taken down. They will wait for the Queen of Pain to return to the surface of the living. But apart from that, it's pretty much just about, you know, the Queen of Pain coming back, finishing his Hex, and then they will try and poke the high ground as they do still have that Aegis available on the Jug. So they can very easily try and go high ground very soon. This lock will have something like a BKB in mind as the next item, I imagine, with 2.5k gold on him. Could go for Basher as well, but I believe, like, in this kind of game, you kind of want to have a BKB, even though it's a little bit awkward against Taunt from the Axe, against the Golem from the Warlock. It does just too much magic damage with Fatal Bonds, with the Queen of Pain spells, and all of these things that, you know, BKB just seems like a nice, necessary item to have. I may be wrong though, you know, Bash is also nice so you can get some damage off, but no matter how you look at this, this is a very tough situation for the Slug. It's very hard for him to carry the load of the team. And Puck goes in, gets a little bit of damage done onto the Jug, just goes a little bit back. Healing Ward gets stolen by Milan, so, you know, why not? Healing Ward is always nice to have. Alright, let's see Swift Ending. Still just farming, still just milking that enemy jungle. We do have the T1 tower on the bottom lane dropping down as the Brown Dota doesn't feel like he needs that relocate, at least not anytime soon. So they get a little bit more gold going that way, but while this is happening, we do have the Iron maybe even getting initiated on. No, that's not going to be happening. Swift Ending will be taken back to the base as well. We do have Solitude going for the spin, doing as much damage as he can to the tier 3 tower. Tier 3 tower down to half HP. Healing Wall comes down as well as Solitude. He's just going to be bashing it and bashing it and bashing it. Looks like Elements Pro Gaming and not thinking about initiating on him. We have Puck going in. Maybe a little bit in danger though. They almost got that Hex off, but, you know, Queen of Pain, you know, he tried, but just not quick enough. We do have the Dagon coming out from the puck as well, doing some damage onto the Jug. The Jug drops on pretty low. Kefka thought about going in, but he didn't get the blink in, as the taunt, you know, was denied. Crimson Guard is available on Kefka as well, so when things get a little bit too difficult, you can go for that Crimson for his team. Puck goes in the backlines as well, gets a little bit of damage done onto that Ogre Mage, and now Swift Ending in the mid lane does drop down, as between the Impale from Mitch as well as Swift Ending's initiation, they did have the damage to go for that. Kefka goes in, but gets taunted, gets impaled up straight away. He will be dropping down here by the looks of things. Will survive for a long time. Stolen Golem comes out from Milan Dota as well. Once again, LeBron Dota will be gone on this side, doing a lot of damage on the Swift Ending. Goes invisible. We do have the blink away from Solitude, keeping himself alive. 2 dead on the side of Elemental Pro Gaming, 1 dead on the side of Solitudes. We do have the Dagon coming out, Healing Wall coming out as well in the backlines. Now we do have the Jug, maybe a little bit in trouble, will be forced away. Swift Ending is now in the middle of all the enemies. Mickey goes in, they want to get the kill, and they should be able to get this. Swift Ending, almost got the pounce away, but just not in time. And in the meantime, the Queen of Pain is deep in the base, trying to kill the Pug. Doesn't get the kill on him, but 4 is dead inside of Elemental Pro Gaming, and the Melarax will be dropping down, but no, buyback comes out on the slug, and that should be enough to scare them away on the side of Solidudes. Insane here, maybe one person who drops down here though. Okay, they're thinking about going in, they get the Hex off onto the slug, they get the ultimate from the Queen of Pain, but now the Pug goes in, gets a kill on the Queen of Pain of all heroes, as Gog gets that secured kill. Swift Ending is now finding a kill on the Jug. He does have the bash available after all, so they should be able to clear this. The Juggernaut is not able to go away. He doesn't get the blink away in time, as he was trying to just survive, trying to get away from all of those hits. But 2 dead on the side of Solitudes on the way out, as they catch both the Queen of Pain as well as the Jug. That's almost 4,000 gold going to the way of Elemental Pro Gaming. So compared to using the buyback on Swift Ending, that's actually pretty nice, you know. Solidudes, they were trying to milk it a little bit too much. They could have just given up the Warlock here, but instead they tried to turn around, get a kill on the Slug. If they killed the Slug, that could have just been the GG instantly, because obviously Slug didn't have a buyback available, but in the end they lose 2 cores, and you know, you never want to give too much gold away to the enemy team when you're this far ahead. But they will do that. Warlock will go for a Mechanism as the next item for himself. We do have a hood up on the Ogre Magi, so they are tanking up as much as possible on everyone. The Juggernaut does have a almost completed Butterfly in mind. We do have the Queen of Pain, not really going for anything else except for that Hex that he completed for this fight. Elemental Pro Gaming, 2 components for the axe on the Nyx Assassin. The Puck does have Dagon 3 right now, as you know, it's pretty nice to have that Dagon damage blink on Milan as well. He's been able to steal a lot of good spells this game. Swift Ending does have that Basher, and not really anything in mind right now. Seal Kit almost dropping down here. We do have Kefka trying to go in with a taunt, doesn't actually get the taunt off onto the Puck. Juggernaut goes in, tries to get the initiation off, does have the Omni Slash available, but obviously doesn't want to use it because of the phase shift. We do have the blink away from Gog, barely getting it up, and we do have to relocate back to the base from the Aya, just making sure that Gog does not drop down. The Aya will have to give up his life here, but that's the only price they have to pay by the looks of things. Alright, Mitch is going in from the backlines, maybe trying to be the IO tetherball, but that's not going to be happening. Oh, a little courier though. Only 3,000 net worth on him. Mitch will just TP himself back to the base, but that's still a little bit of gold going to the side of Elemental Pro Gaming. And now it's all about that high ground defense, as Mitch, he only has 2 components for that Acronym Scepter, so you don't have the axe for the high ground, and that is the thing you need as a Nyx. If you don't have the Acronym Scepter for the high ground defense, it's just not as efficient. Now the other Puck going in, he gets hexed off this time though. Finally, they get that hex off onto the Puck. The Puck instantly goes to the buyback. Solidudes, they will back themselves up. They have used their ultimates. They have that cooldown on the Sonic Wave as well as the hex. They will wait for that before they go back in, as you know, Sonic Wave is so much of that damage that if you just respect the buybacks a little bit, back yourselves up, secure that, it's not going to be as bad. You know, everything is good. 2.5 minutes left until the Roshan respawns. It is a pretty late respawn timer. I guess that will favor the side of Elemental Pro Gaming, as they want a little bit of time to what's it called, to get back, to just restore their buyback statuses and such things. Mickey in the bottom lane gets gone on, maybe Gog. Oh, almost getting that initiation off. They go for the illusionary orb as well. They want to commit on Mickey. Mickey may be a little bit in danger. He does have a blink available, but they get the stuns off just in time as the Queen of Pain does drop down. Alright, very big pick off on the Queen of Pain. That could be the turnaround for Elements Pro Gaming. God goes in. Okay, that's maybe a little bit too deep though. As Kefka, you know, he tries. You never know. If Puck makes like a slight mistake, you get the tone off there, and then suddenly you get a free kill, so might as well try. Slag is now sitting on 3,000 gold. I imagine he will respond to that butterfly from the jug and start making his way for the potential MKB. Indeed he is, with the Demon Edge being purchased. So no buyback right now. He needs to be a little bit careful about his life. Obviously there's still a cooldown for 2.5 minutes before he can buy back, but you kind of want to have buyback gold at this point in the game. 5 minutes left on the Puck's buyback as well, and the Roshan area is being controlled by Elements Pro Gaming right now. 1 minute left on the Aegis to be coming back up, or well, not the Aegis, but the Roshan. The Nyx finishes his Acronym Scepter finally as well, so that's a little bit better for the side of Elements Pro Gaming. Having that axe is super annoying. Like, you know, if of all heroes, I'm pretty sure the axe on Nyx is like one of the biggest differences for defending the high ground. So SOLIDUDES, they will have a very difficult time doing this now. They do have the gem already, so that's, you know, half of the issue with the Nyx, but they pretty much have to jump him whenever they want to go for the high ground before, because if you just let him sit there and throw out spells, it's gonna be very painful. And let's see. The Nyx is already doing his work, you know, missing the Impale sadly, but he does get the mana burn onto the axe. Mana burning, well, burning 1/3 of his mana. Let's see, the Puck shoots an illusionary orb through. They do. No pings. I'm not sure if they spot out the Roshan being alive, but it is alive, and it is the second Rosh this game. We'll see. Alright, guys. So, net worthly, 10,000 gold ahead for SOLIDUDES. They do have the mechanism finished on the wall. Like, I'm not sure that's like a big item at this point, though. 35 minutes into the game, getting a mech, I guess it's a nice item to have, but it's not really a game changer anymore. The Pipers may be a little bit better on the Ogre matchup. That's definitely a nice item to have. We do have the smoke coming out from the side of SOLIDUDES. They are thinking about going in. The Nyx Assassin is the first one they see. They do go for the taunt. They get the taunt off. He does get stunned at the same time, though. The Axe is a little bit in trouble. We do have the Puck in the backlands getting taken down by the Queen of Pain, though. We do have the Golem dropping down as well. IO is now dead. The Milan Rubik gets taken down. Swift, and he gets the pounce away onto the Rubik, onto the Queen of Pain, though. And they do find him. They do get the initiation. They will take him down. 4 people dead on the side of Elements Pro Gaming. SOLIDUDES only losing the axe. The gem was on the ground. Midge will be followed down, and GG will be called. Elements, they know. No buyback on Slag, no buyback on Queen of Pain. Puck, sorry. So, one initiation was all it took for SOLIDUDES. They get the Puck killed instantly, and, you know, when the Puck is dead, when the supports die before they can shoot off their spells, it's just not going to be happening. Pretty much every single fight we had Milan stealing the Golem and using it back, but this time he didn't get that steal, and, you know, they pretty much just evaporated from the map as the Sonic Wave hit onto 4 people, I believe there. I guess it doesn't matter too much against the Nyx because he doesn't take that much damage when he's borrowed, but